is a peculiar thing. There's a beginning and an end, and a million different ways in between. Beginning with a connection. Like a star, an astronomical object consisting of a luminous spheroid of plasma held together by its own gravity. The nearest star to Earth is the Sun. But the nearest star to our hearts goes by the name of Zoe.
I realized I could be pregnant, so I made an appointment with my GP, Dr. Irvin Tobias, and my blood test came back positive. Daddy was the first person I told, and Zoe was born on a Thursday at 21:40 at St. George's Hospital, PE. My precious baby must have been a colic baby, but our pediatrician insisted she was not. Zoe was breastfed and was always just vomiting up her milk. I always had a nappy or a towel on hand straight after her feed. So she cried bitterly for the first 4 months, but as soon as we started on solids, everything changed. She was the happiest, fun, beautiful, calm baby from then on.
Paul and I drove up to Port Elizabeth when she was born. I think it was a day or two after. And I can't remember how long we stayed, but she was such a crying baby. Oh, I couldn't take the crying. I thought poor Lisa was not getting enough sleep, and I just got up and I fetched her and I put her between Pa and I in the bed, and Schuster and Pa was the best grandfather. I think she just loved being in his arms.
I don't think there's anything that could beat the feeling of knowing that you're going to be a father. Zoe is a very energetic and very vocal baby when she was growing up.
Daddy, play the song.
She never used to just eat, it was always eating and singing together. She was always singing. One of my favorite memories of Zoe was when I used to hold her and put her to sleep in my arms. She used to play with my earlobes. I just absolutely loved that. That was a special bond that we had. She was the most loving. She was definitely a very mature and responsible, true collegiate, white girdle prefect from a young age already.
I was on maternity leave for 4 months. It was the hardest thing for me to go back to work and to hand Zoe over to Angelina, her nanny, and to start her also on bottle milk. After returning to work for a month, I asked Daddy if I could resign, and he said yes. And yeah, that made me very happy. That solidified the bond between us. We were inseparable. Zoe went everywhere with me, to all my dance rehearsals and all my other activities that I was involved in.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I lived with the Townsends. I was blessed to live with them for 2 years, just over 2 years. And things I remember is coming home from work and sitting on the couch and wanting to watch TV, and then Zoe would say, no, I want to watch The Lion King.
Drop him.
Imp.
impeccable timing, Your Majesty.
And she could verbatim repeat every single word within the movie, irrespective of which character was speaking. So clearly a very intelligent young lass.
So I remember Zoe being, I think she was about 4 when I met Dion, and I remember being a very sweet child. She was always very kind and considerate and a happy child. Very, I remember being very always singing and dancing, and I remember in a ballet clothes. So yeah, those are the memories I have of Zoe as a child. I also remember praying at night and always remember praying for everyone. I remember calling everyone by name, especially Dion and Hayden, and praying for the family everywhere. She used to call up her cousins' names in Cape Town and her granny, and she used to call everyone up.
Dear Lord Jesus, can you please bless my mommy and my daddy and Jesi and Uncle Dion and Auntie Robbie and Uncle Hayden and Jade and Seth and Uncle Gary and Auntie Karen, Auntie Sabrina, Uncle Randy, Renee, Jonathan, Aaron, Lauren, Auntie Maxine, Uncle Anton, and she would go through the whole family name by name. Her aunts, her uncles, her teachers, Auntie Fran, who was a preschool teacher, just everybody.
I remember Zoe was like this small blonde girlie, and she loved playing the piano, although she couldn't really play all that well, but she would plonk on the piano and sing whatever words came to mind. So yeah, she always wanted to pursue music, so I probably comes from my dad, but I can safely assume that is my earliest memory of Zoe.
Zoe and I are 4 years apart, and when I was younger I was the chubbiest, round baby. But I think it gave Zoe an upper hand with just manhandling me when I was a baby. Zoe loved to be the center of attention. She always had to be on camera.
She, as usual, put herself in front of Jesi while Daddy was video recording.
Turn around, my bum. Shake, shake, shake.
Where did Jesi get the bubble gum from then? Huh? Where did Jesi get the bubble gum from?
Everybody's talking about this cute and sweet young Zoe. I think either everybody's lying or my childhood was a total dream. I remember when I wanted to ask her for something, I always had to say her full name. So for example, if I wanted to have a sweet, I'd be like, Zoe, can I please have a sweet? And she'd be like, Zoe who? And then I'd have to be, Zoe Townsend, can I please have a sweet? Zoe who Townsend? Zoe Lee Townsend, can I please have a sweet? And that was for anything that I had to ask for.
One of my earliest memories would be of the Townsend family driving down to Cape Town for the festive season or any time of the year, and would be sleeping at Granny Marina and Pa Vincent's flat. And without a doubt, the first night that they'd all come down, we would stay awake all night. It happened without fail. Every year we would have these stay awake nights and just laugh and talk but whisper because everyone's sleeping. It would just be something to look forward to after not seeing each other for so many months. Number 2 would definitely be our cousins' concerts and witnessing Zoe choreograph the most amazing dances that I would just slot into because I had zero creativity and input back then. But it's who Zoe is. She is the ultimate entertainer, and it was just so beautiful watching her come up with these amazing routines to the coolest music back then, a la Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears. Yeah, it was just one of the top memories watching Zoe put together these amazing routines.
Zoe, I had a birthday party at Homely Farmyard when I was turning 7, and I invited a lot of people to come to my birthday party. We had it all planned out, and literally none of my school friends came, only Zoe and my cousins. And she was my only school friend that came through, and that was memorable because she was the only one that came through, and I thought I had friends at school. And that just confirmed for me that this is like my day one, you know. Well, we actually met in junior school at Collegiate Girls Junior and PE, and we hit it off right away. It was crazy. We were different but the same. So it was just a natural thing, you know, we gravitated towards each other, and I think because of our sense of humor, and we're both so droog, you know, we just got along like a house on fire.
So Zoe is an inspiration to me. She is someone who has such passion for what she wants to do. She always loved singing, so she had that passion, and also she had compassion for others, and that's why I was her friend. I just really loved how, she just made me smile and laugh at, at her jokes. Oh, she was really such a funny person. I remember even showing her like my songs, as lame as they were. She was like always so encouraging about them, but like I remember her just like, just making me feel like I could do anything. It was really cool,
We spent 1 year in high school together. So Zoe was in matric and I was in grade 8. I remember Zoe always used to say to me like, you think you're so cool, eh? Like when I used to walk around with my friends with my red mountain bag. And I thought I was, but like Zoe was part of all the societies and she did drama. And I thought she was like this lame goody two-shoes, but that was far from the truth. All of Zoe's teachers loved her.
Hi Zoe, wishing you a very happy 30th birthday today. I'm sure you're going to have a very special day, just as special as I remember you to be when you were at Alex. I've always remembered you as such a kind, caring and talented young lady when you were at school at Alex, especially as your role as Sandy in the performance of Grease. What a wonderful show and what a wonderful performance you had there. I also have got that photo frame that you gave to me when you people were in grade 12, my maths class of 2008. I so often look at that photo of you people on the 40 days, and I think of you people with such fond memories, such a special class of 2008. Enjoy this day and lots of love.
I met Zoe at UCT School of Dance. We had most of our practical and theory courses together. I don't remember the exact day or exact moment that we met, but I can say that I remember meeting Zoe through food. We were always eating, we were always going out to eat. I don't know where we had the money, but we were always doing something in terms of food and eating good food. Zoe's interactions with other people, Zoe is very soft-spoken, but that loud laugh is something that you can never forget. It's something that you just have to turn your neck and be like, did that just come out of your mouth, Zoe?
There are so many proud mommy moments, but the ones that stand out for me are all of Zoe's doing ballet. Then when she did a flute solo with the PE Philharmonic Orchestra, playing the lead role as Sandy in the Grease musical at Alexander Road High. Granny and Pa even came to watch her all the way from Cape Town. Then we get to our barnyard shows. 90s versus noughties. I was beside myself, inviting all and sundry to the shows. I watched it 13 times.
So there was a pivotal time in my life that Zoe played a big part of. But let me tell you a quick story first.
Once upon a time, there was a prince. Now this prince had many major keys, and minor ones too. For many years, he and his noble craftsmen and women would piece together symphonies that made the idols go crazy. During winter, and even more so during the summers. This prince was never boastful about his magnificent talents, but he caught the eyes and ears of a beautiful princess. Long story short, Zoe's the princess, Jadine's the prince, and they're the world's most perfect and compatible couple.
I'm like, I must have been a terrible teenager, but we'd have sleepovers and we'd go to the boardwalk and we'd have a night out, and Zoe's parents would always take us and pick us up, and we'd have go to movies or whatever. And you know, I was so naughty, and I always tell Zoe like, let's go have something to eat, and then I have a shooter of something. You know, I was so rebellious, and she was like, no, Lise, we can't do this. This is wrong. And then I'll just have one, you know. It's just, she was always like, I think if she could roll her eyes into the back of her head at all the moments that I've put in a tight situation, she would roll her eyes into the back of her head.
I would say stay close to the Lord, as you have been, and never give up on your dreams. Zoe's always been a confident, determined individual, and I would say that you must never give up on your dreams. Always chase your dreams, pursue your dreams, and remain the person that you are. You're such a blessing to everyone who knows you, and we're blessed to be part of your life. Happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy the celebrations. Love you lots.
Be just who you are, be who you've always been, because I think that people, like I've just said, people your age, you're an example to people your age, and I think people younger and older than you have already learned from you and will always learn from you. So just be who you are, embrace your 30s, and just have a lot of fun stepping into your 30s, and yeah, just stay who you are and have a lot of fun and enjoy it.
Enjoy every moment of your life, and also just everything should be grounded in God. Enjoy just what God has given you as well. And I know Zoe's super talented, so enjoy just going into your passions and doing what you really love. And I know she's doing that, so yeah, and I'm very proud of her.
Definitely start looking after the skin. Start the under eye anti-wrinkle regime. Let's just get it started if we haven't already. I believe it's not uphill, but the other way, from this way onwards. So that's advice number 1. Number 2 would be to absolutely enjoy this new decade. I've heard that the 30s are just like the 20s, but with a bit more cash flow, which we love. So we can embrace this wholeheartedly and fully and come into our own beings. And I say we because we're 9 months apart, so but for you, definitely enjoy this new decade and take it in your own stride. Find yourself, just enjoy every moment of the next decade and many more to come.
Your life from the very start is in God's hands. May you be attentive to His voice as He guides and leads you in all of life's decisions. You are His child, and He only wants the best for you, and so do we as your parents. Continue on the road and path that you are on, and you will be successful. All things are possible through Christ who gives you strength. Have a can-do attitude and take advice from those who have walked the path. And if you face difficulties in your life, say, "This too shall pass," and then take it one day at a time. Love you, my baby. Happy 30th birthday. God bless.
You know, so I'm 30 already. I turned 30 in September. Let me tell you, the hormones is gonna kick in now, because when I turned 30, I was like, this is good, I feel great. Yeah, then it's like October, things got real. I got like acne and funny things. But anyway, besides the hormonal change that like your body just knows you're 30, the best thing is that I've like lost my inhibitions. I'm 30 now. We've had crazy 20s. Just embrace life, you know. Life is so short. I've actually learned to let go of all the little things that used to bother me. Like why my tummy isn't so flat anymore, or like silly things, you know. But just my advice is just embrace your 30s. We had so many plans for our lives when we were growing up. I know we had dreams of singing, and I had dreams of doing this, and you had dreams of being a dancer, but like life is so different. God's plan is so different, and we're exactly where we're supposed to be, even though we feel like this is not it, but we're exactly where we're supposed to be in God's plan. And we need to just, if you can just accept that and just roll with it, roll with the punches, just enjoy it every day. Like, you know, God, something I've learned, God gives us enough faith for today. We can't go into tomorrow with today's faith. So like, make full use of today, like embrace today, whatever happens, just roll with it. We're 30, we still have so much time to fulfill our dreams and carry on doing, fulfilling God's purpose for our lives. And, you know, just embrace time with family and enjoy your 30s. You know, I'm really hoping one of the things that can come out of this next decade is for us to be able to, you know, be financially stable and just stable in all aspects of our life, so we can be able to spend time together again properly, and be able to visit each other. I know life is hectic and all of that, but I'm really wishing that we are able to see each other face to face more often. But I really wish you all the best. You're going to be brilliant, my friend. I love you so much. Scarlo and Brian send their wishes. They can't be here right now because I'm at work. But we love you loads and loads. Thank you for being so amazing. I can't think of a better day one. You are amazing. You are godsend. I really appreciate you, and we love you and wishing you an amazing day. Take care, my girl.
But Zoe, I just want to say that as you step into your 30s, I want to share the scripture with you. It's just going to express some advice that I'd like to give you as you enter this new exciting journey in your life. It says, during my fleeting days, I've seen both of these things. Sometimes a righteous one perishes in his righteousness, and sometimes a wicked one lives long in his wickedness. Do not be overly righteous, nor overly wise. Why confound yourself? Do not be overly wicked, or do not be a fool. Why die before your time? It is good to grasp the one and not to withdraw your hand from the other. For the one who fears Yahweh escapes both extremes. Wisdom makes a wise man stronger than 10 rulers in a city. And that's from Ecclesiastes 7, verses 15 to 19. Shalom, Zoe, and I would love to wish you a happy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Zoe! Hope you have a good day. We miss you.
I love and miss you so much, and we can't wait to see you again.
Love from
The Morgans.
To my beautiful sister, I love you and I'm so glad we have the relationship that we do. You make me laugh and I make myself cry, but you're always there to comfort me when that happens, so thank you for that. Also, you're the perfect example of God's kindness, and I think the only negative thing about you turning 30 means that I'm there soon. Other than that, I'm so excited for you and what He has for your life. You're the X to my Tina and the Imogen to my Heath. And I'll end off with this. Keep smiling, keep shining.
Know that you can always count on me. For sure. That's what friends are for.
In good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for.
But wait! There's more!
Zoe! Sister Zoe from Jesi! Sister Zoe. 30 years old. Oh, how I long to be 30 again. So young, so much ahead of you. Really, 30s are really good. I had the best time for all of my 30s. pretty much all of my 30s until I didn't have that much fun after I gave birth, but now I'm having fun again. But 40s weren't so good. 40s were not so good, but 30s were really good. 20s were okay, but they were a bit desperate, to be honest. It's a bit kind of like, it was all a bit hair-raising, all a bit panicky. 30s, I kind of got into the swing of it, less worried about stuff, had more fun. Yeah. Now, I hear that you are a very talented and dedicated artist and performer. That is something. I don't think Jesi says that lightly. And I'm reading am an inspiration to you. Well, let me tell you, sometimes I don't feel like it, but that's very nice to hear. I've been having a tough year. You've been having a tough year. I'm just coming out of it now. Maybe you are too. It's been pretty rough, but it is now better for me. I hope it's better for you too. I have discovered breathing. Now I know, obviously, we breathe every day, but just like 10 minutes of breathing, focusing on the breathing. If you can't focus on the breathing, doesn't matter. Just remember to keep focusing on the breathing, and then when you actually do the thing of remembering to breathe again and focusing on the breathing, that's the bit that strengthens the mind or something. I'm reading a book called Search Inside Yourself. And it sounds really cheesy, but it's kind of funny because it's written by Google, somebody who works at Google. Search Inside Yourself. Okay. Anyway, that's my advice of the day, if you'd like to take it or throw it out the window. I'm going to play a little song for you. Are you ready? That's the wrong key. Don't do what I do when you're performing. Where are we? Very badly out of tune piano, and I don't have a sustain pedal either. And have I wished you happy birthday yet? Yes, of course I did that ages ago. You see, this is such a long message that I've forgotten what I did at the beginning of it. I just feel like I want to say these things to you. Zoe, okay, here we go. Where are we? What the hell is going on? The dust has only just begun. I think I've got to play it up here. No, that's out of tune as well. Slightly better. So this is okay. Crop circles in the carpet, sinking, feeling. This is the jolly version. Spin me round again and rub my eyes. This can't be happening when busy streets a mess, where the people would stop to hold their hands and feet. Trains and sewing machines, blood and tears. They were here first. So happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Zoe from Jesi. Jesi, maybe it's Jesi.